request was sent. Hey, this should work now. Request was sent to her. I'm able to find her handle in the search bar. So let's see what happens. I sent it again. We'll see. For her, it says it's unable to join. For her, it says unable to join. Carmen, I'm not able to bring you in. For you, it says unable to join. Carmen, I'm not. There it is. Maybe this will work. Hey, Carmen, how's it
Hi.
going?
I'm sorry. What did you say? I can't hear you. Can you repeat that?
How's it going?
What did you say? I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Daniel, you got sound or no? Can you? Cool. How's your Saturday going so far?
It's going cool. I excuse my appearance. I had a early start to my morning and I ran out the house and I knew I had this, but I didn't have time to get home. So you guys are catching me fresh faced first thing Saturday morning. So here we are.
That's that's only fine with us. So thank you for coming on. Sorry for that technical difficulty before. We'll get
Oh,
started. We'll get started.
okay. Yeah.
Hello everyone. This is episode 16 with Carmen and Daniel. How's it going, guys?
It's going well. I'm just living life, out moving around on the Saturday morning. I actually got my tribal shirt on. I'm half Native American, so always repping.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I saw your uh, bio on Instagram, and
Yeah,
I thought I would reach out to you, see if we can get set up an interview, and here we are.
here we are.
So let's let the people join in that don't know about your story. Let them know a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Carmen. I am a sports broadcaster, sports personality. I do sideline reporting, hosting, color commentating. I do NBA, WNBA, just basketball analysis. I also cover football as well. I'm expanding my brand, so I'll be doing football, sideline reporting, and analysis coming up in this new season for the new football season. So yeah, I'm just a sports girl. I do sports broadcasting, and my content's about sports, life, and that's what I do. That's me. I'm based out of Philly
Yeah,
right now. So I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, and that's where I am right now.
awesome. So, so how did you get started in this? Did you have any mentors that that paved the way for you?
Well, I started out in this because I went to school. I went to Penn State, at University Park. I went there for broadcast journalism. I got my degree in broadcast journalism communication. So I got my degree in that, and then from there, I just kind of, well, leaving school, I didn't necessarily go through journalism, but basically, I just kind of always had a passion for sports, and I have this degree in journalism, so I figured I would just utilize both of those things and just pursue a career in sports, because even though I'm not doing sports like, in a big scale yet. That's my goal, that's my plan. So I'm just working hard to kind of just make my dreams happen. And did I have mentors? Yeah, I've had mentors along the way, people that have like helped me and like have coached me up in the industry, for sure. I've had people that like have mentored me in some capacity. I wouldn't say I have like a mentor that I talk to like weekly, but I definitely have had people in the industry that have like, gotten advice from, and got just kind of leaned on them for certain things. So yeah, mentors are definitely very helpful.
Let me. That's awesome. So, how did you and how did you reach out to those mentors? I'll be asking just by messages, or did you go to sports events and introduce you?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've just honestly met a lot of mentors, in person at different events. And then like connections, like my brother who is in the journalism world, he connected me with certain people. And then through college too, Penn State has a really big alumni network. So I've been connected with people through the alumni network at from my university. And then just meeting people, social media, connecting on social media and stuff like that. And just kind of like not being afraid to kind of like ask someone something, a question, or ask for help or ask for advice or things like that.
Yeah, that's how we started too. I started this during COVID. Um, First season, I had about 75 episodes in, and then the second season got a little bit more comfortable. Then I then I brought my guy Daniel in. He was part of this journey in season one, and now as a co-host in season two.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah. Dan, you have any questions for Carmen? We can't hear you, bud.
Did you want to get into business of sports?
Why?
Yeah, what made you want to get
Uh,
in the business?
I just have always loved sports, and I've always wanted to be on TV ever since I was a little girl. I used to tell my grandma, like, I want to be famous one day, I want to be on TV one day, that kind of vibe. So,
I can
since
relate.
a little, yeah, I mean, since a little girl, I just was very aware that I wanted to be on TV, and like it took me a while to kind of connect sports with TV. Like I didn't know what kind of TV I wanted to do, but I knew I just wanted to do TV. And then when I was like, okay, like I really know a lot about sports. I know a lot about basketball, football, and I can talk about it. I can analyze it. I'm like, okay, well, this could be a good combination. So I just kind of said, okay, like I think I want to do sports television because I knew so much about sports, not just in a superficial way. Like I really knew about, professional teams, college, women's sports. It just was like, okay, I have so much knowledge and I love talking about it. Why not
But
just move
it's a
forward? Right, exactly.
Yeah,
follow-up question. Do you have any
that's
sports
awesome.
teams?
I mean, okay, so I mean, I'm from Philly, so of course I'm gonna go for the hometown teams. I'm going Sixers, Eagles, Phillies. But as a journalist, I try to be unbiased. Like I cover everybody. I can talk about everybody. Like I can give the Sixers a real, like, I can analyze them for what they're good and bad at, and I do that because the Sixers really just test my soul. But yeah, those are my teams. I like the Warriors too. I'm a big fan of Ja in Memphis. I like what he's doing when he gets back on the court. Um, yeah, like I like the Warriors, the Sixers, the Eagles. In terms of football. And besides Eagles, I like the Chargers. I think the Chargers are kind of like making some decent moves. The Texans are interesting to me. So yeah, I got those are like my main teams. But like I love across the board. So like besides the Celtics, I'm good.
I hate the Celtics.
I don't necessarily like hate them, but I'm definitely like I'm just being from Philly. I just can't. I really like Tatum though. I love Drew Holiday,
That's my
but I can't.
problem.
Yeah, I know,
I like
but I can't.
both of them.
I know, and Drew Holiday used to play for the Sixers, so it's kind of like a lot of like. So Drew Holiday played for the Sixers, obviously at the beginning of his career, and then Jason Tatum should have been a Sixers. And the Sixers were smart, so it's a lot of kind of like shoulda, woulda, couldas with the Sixers in terms of those guys. So it's kind of like a little like stinging, like man, like if they would have just been Sixers, who knows where the Sixers could have been, but it is what it is. And I'm rooting for the Mavs in the finals, though. I think it'd be cool for Luka to get a ring, but he needs to get it together. He needs to stop. I think they played well last night. Obviously, they won, but Luka needs to keep that consistency throughout every season. Stop complaining to the refs.
Yep.
Play defense. Get back
Hmm.
on D. There's so many Mavs games I've watched and seen him just complain and not get back on D, and he just carries the same tendencies in the finals. And now he's like, oh, like we about to go home. So now he's starting to shake it up. But to answer your question, those are my teams.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So obviously, I'm a self-made reporter myself, and Daniel's gonna follow me in my footsteps. So what advice would you give us as young upcoming reporters?
I mean, I'm still in this. I'm still very new in this game. Also, like I have experience. Like I worked.
Yeah, it's buff.
Buffer.
It's buff. Yeah, it's buffering for Carmen.
Stand by. And kick her out.
She probably don't gonna come back.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna give her a couple minutes and send her.
Okay.
So what else is going on while we figure this out?
Just coming to grips with the fact that the Celtics have probably won the finals.
Not yet.
You have hope.
Yeah, I got hope.
Yeah.
I got Uncle Drew on my side, bro.
I never saw that movie. Was it any good?
Yeah.
My mom just said they just need to win one more game and they got a shot.
Carmen, can you send me the request again so that I can send it? That is.
Instagram just had to be screwy today, man.
We'll see. This should work. It worked before.
All right, sounds good. There we go.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
Back.
It's all good.
Welcome back.
So to pick up from your question, advice for anyone that's like a young reporter, I myself am a young reporter. You know, I was a local news reporter at an NBC affiliate in Delaware. So I did like local news reporting, like, you know, local news, just shooting my own stuff, editing my own stuff, live shots, all that stuff. And it was a great experience. It was like a boot camp. But me in the sports world, I've always had my podcast, but I've more recently kind of expanded my podcast to doing like sideline one-on-ones and interviews and stuff like that. So I guess my advice would be from my reporting time and from like my podcast stuff and Hoops with Carm, I would say just don't be afraid to put yourself out there, like in any capacity. Just be willing to kind of be uncomfortable. You have to be uncomfortable to be in these spaces. Like, just don't be afraid to like put yourself in rooms that you maybe you feel like you don't quite belong in yet. You know, maybe you don't feel like you don't have the experience or you don't have like the resume behind you, but don't let that stop you from pursuing things or going towards it, because you just never know what yeses you're gonna get, and you're gonna hear no's. But just be prepared and don't let what anybody else is doing as a reporter in coverage in sports, because anyone can talk about a game and kind of see the same thing, right? Anyone can talk about a game and maybe see something different that happened, but you got to just trust that like what you're saying is unique and special, and like it has, and people have an interest in it individually. So just trust in what you bring to the table, and don't sway from what you are, what you do,
Yeah,
looking at other people. Like, obviously you want to take inspiration from people, you want to grow, and don't be afraid to take criticism and help yourself grow. But like, always know like what your purpose is, who you are, what your goal is, and just like don't stop. And that's my mantra. Like, I'm not where I want to be at all, but like I'm not gonna stop until I get there. So it's just like I'm just gonna keep at it until, and however that looks is however it looks. It's not the traditional path, but it's my path, and I'm just gonna keep on it. And that's my advice.
yeah, it's not for me. I just started this because I've asked from 2008 to 2014. I've asked, and people have said, "We'll get to you. We'll get to you." Um, that's all. That's all. That's what I've been hearing, and I just had to start it. And now I'm a self-made sports reporter on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing, and that's listen, people aren't going to hand you your dream. People aren't going to hand you anything, really. So if you want something, figure out how you can do it where you're at today. And that's what I do. And that's it. And I'm just going to keep at it until I build myself up to where I need to be. And God has a plan for all of us, not to get religious, but it's just, there's a greater plan at work. So you got to just put in the work and just trust.
Yep.
Because all you can do is what you can do. And then you got to just trust, because we only can control so much, and the rest is left for the man upstairs, and that's all I can say.
Yep.
That's because any for me, if I understand the topic from sports, from a basketball standpoint, from a football standpoint, if I understand what the main reporters are saying, and then I flip it to what I understand, if it makes sense, then I tweet it.
Yeah.
Up. So yeah, that's that's how it kind of started for me, and I have a couple more questions for you. So what's your
Okay.
what's your what's your dream? Actually, who who is on your list of interviews that you want to get to in the NBA and the WNBA?
People I want to interview, I would definitely want to interview Steph Curry for sure. I definitely want to interview. I would like to interview Tyrese Maxey. I feel like he's a really interesting guy. He seems like just like a really good spirit. I would like to interview him. Um, I would love to interview D Rose, because like growing up, I really liked D Rose. My brother is like obsessed with D Rose. I feel like if I interviewed D Rose, he'd be hype. Um, and then who else? NBA. I would like to interview. Definitely Steph, like I said, Tyrese Maxey, D Rose, And then, dang, that's a good question. You know, maybe maybe Pop, like Popovich. I would like to pick his brain. That'd be cool.
How
You know, I know he's a
about
big
the W?
champion. Yeah, yeah, I know Pop's a big champion for women, so I feel like that'd be cool to interview. And then in WNBA, definitely Taurasi, 100% Taurasi. I would
Yeah.
love to talk to Camila Cardosa. I really like her. Or Angel Reese. I think she's very interesting. Um, who else in the Skylar Diggins Smith. I would love to hear
Yeah.
like more about her story. Her as a mom now, like just the stuff that she's been through.
That's right,
And who else?
mom. No.
Huh?
That's right. She's a mom now. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
she's a mom of two. Yeah, so I would like to talk to Skylar, Diana, Camila Cardosa, Angel Reese, and who else? Okay. Trying to think, who else I want to talk to W, who I really like. Maybe Shakira Austin from the Mystics. I like her. I would like to talk to her too. She's cool. I like her game. So yeah, I think those are everybody I like kind of want to talk to as of right now that I've like thought of.
Cool. I got one more question.
Yeah.
So when you go into these basketball games, right? So and interview youth players. So so how do you do that? You talk to people prior to going in there or after going in there?
Like in terms of like going to events, how do I
Like
like set it up or what do I do?
yeah, how do you go into a gym and interview youth basketball players like I've seen after games. Seen you interview youth players.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. I just go. So, like, if I see something I want to go to, I just reach out to whatever organization it is, the page, and I just say, hey, like, I want to come do interviews. Is that cool? Or like, who should I talk to? Like, who's a good? Like, can I get media access depending on how big it is? Or if I don't reach out to them, I just pull up to the game. I pretty much just find out like who the coaches are, who the best players are, and I usually my goal is after each game I talk to the best player. So whoever the best player is, I just try to grab them and tell them. So I usually just kind of like say, hey, I'm Carmen. Like, can I interview you for my podcast? And they usually, agree. And I just pull them to the side and I just have some questions in my head and I just ask them, like, usually I like to do like stuff from the game, stuff that I saw from the game, I'll address with them. Or I will talk to them about like them as players, like, what's your best attribute and like, what can you work on? Just kind of like stuff to like make them think internally, or I just talk about them itself because everything I'm doing, I want to like show like my tape that like all the stuff they do on a national level, like on TNT and ESPN, all the stuff they ask players at halftime or at the end of a game, I'm doing that right now just where I'm at. So I try to just ask questions, know that like you would ask an NBA athlete after a game or like, you talk to them about their game. So I just try to like show that everything that is done nationally, I can do that right now.
I, like I said, I want I want to give you credit for what you're doing because every time I obviously have notifications 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 turned on for your page. Every time you do something, it pops up on my phone. So I'll watch it. Keep doing that. You got our support.
Yep.
Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate y'all watching and supporting, asking me to do this. I definitely appreciate the opportunity to talk to y'all. And, it really does mean a lot to me to have your support. And, being in the sports world, it's just, it's fun. It's fun. It's cool to meet other people in sports and to connect. So if I can help you guys in any way or you want to collab on something again, feel free to reach out to me. And I really just appreciate y'all time and asking me to come on.
We appreciate having you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks for watching my stuff. Any watch is like very, very, very much valued and appreciated. So thank you for tuning in.
Because for me it's for me is like I'm an artist or a learner, so I learn YouTube, from people like yourself on Instagram, what they're saying, what people are saying. So that helps me because because I'm not a book reader, so I don't get stuff from reading the book. I get stuff from listening. That's who I am.
Can you hear?
Nah.
Yeah, because I know
Can
she's.
you
Yeah.
can you guys
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay. No, I said yeah, if you're a visual learner, I get that because I think reading sometimes when it comes to sports is cool, like reading certain things, obviously statistics and data and stuff like that. But when it comes to sports, like the biggest thing is like watching, absorbing, analyzing, and just kind of like going off what you saw because that's all what sports is about. So I feel that.
Yeah. The more you can analyze and the more information you can gather would be the best, probably.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's real important, I think, to me when I do sports, just to have like to know the game, football, basketball, know the rules, know, kind of like you got to just kind of understand the game overall, and then you don't have to have a familiarity with the player you're talking to necessarily, but you're gonna have to have like at least watch them to be able to like really interview them
Yep.
right. To me, yeah,
Yeah, Carmen. Thank you very much for doing this. And like you
yeah,
said, we
Appreciate
would
it.
definitely like to collab with you. We
yeah,
appreciate your time.
Thank
absolutely.
you
Absolutely,
very much.
guys. Thank you so much for your time and great to meet you guys. Finally, I know we've like spoken a lot over messages, so it's nice to meet you guys and definitely collab with me on this. And if we want to do something again, I'd be more than happy to. I'll be in different. I'll have a little makeup on next time. I really appreciate you guys' time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, man.
Another one in the books.
Yeah, all right, man. One of the books. In the
Let's.
books.
So next time we do this, Instagram is nice to us.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you guys probably remember, the I'm gonna put it on YouTube probably sometime today, but definitely over the weekends at some point. It's a wrap. See you guys
Yep.
later.
See ya. Peace.
Peace.